Opinions! Super Mario Odyssey was an amazing game, and I personally loved it a ton. So just because I might say that Super Mario 3D World, which is a game people tend to not like as much, just because I might say 3D World is better in some regards during this video, does not mean I don't love Odyssey. Quite the contrary. Anyway, let's get into the video. Recently, the president of Nintendo, Tatsumi Kimishima, stated to investors in an investor meeting that they still have games lined up for 2018 that we don't know about, and they're just waiting for a better time to announce them. Obviously, we know that none of these games are very big. If they were big games, they would have been announced at E3. So that leads us to believe that they're mostly just eShop games or other ports. And personally, I am hoping and dreaming for a Super Mario 3D World Deluxe. I love that game, and with Captain Toad Treasure Tracker coming out in just a couple of days, I think it's now more than ever likely that we will get news of a 3D World port. However, I've heard a lot of other YouTubers talking about 3D World and saying, why do we even need this on the Switch? I mean, we just got Mario Odyssey, which is a way better game. Who would even buy 3D World when Odyssey's available on the same system? And to that, I have to say, I don't really agree. Personally, I think that 3D World is a better fit for the Switch than Odyssey, and that's what I'm here to explain. So yeah, you guys heard me right. 3D World is a better fit for the Switch than Odyssey. Okay, hear me out. So Mario Odyssey is an amazing game, and I love it so much, but it's an open world game. That is what they kind of went for with that. 3D World is more of a 2.5D Mario game. It kind of follows the same format as a new Super Mario Bros. Game, where you just progress through the 8 or so worlds and go through each level. It ends on a flagpole. It's literally just that sort of game. And I hear people dismiss 3D World for not being inventive just because it follows a formula. But every game follows a formula, and just because 3D World's formula isn't as beloved as Odyssey's open world adventure style, doesn't mean that it's not an amazing game. 3D World shines with creativity from every single corner. Every single level has an amazing soundtrack with great visuals and inventive puzzle designs. When I play a Mario game, I play for the platforming, not for the exploring. And Odyssey definitely focused more on exploring these vast open worlds, while 3D World was more of a true Mario game in the sense that it was just all about the platforming. Now, obviously, a lot of people think Odyssey is the better game, and while it pains me to admit this because I love 3D World so much, yeah, Odyssey is a bit better of a game. However, that's not what this video is about. This video is about what game fits on the Switch more, and by that, it's hands down 3D World. Let's look at category number 1. The basic gameplay of 3D World is a lot different from the basic gameplay of Odyssey, even though they are both 3D Mario games. Odyssey is a complete open world game, like Sunshine or Mario 64. You go around and get these collectibles called moons, which will help you advance to the next world. There are a lot less levels, but these worlds, these expansive kingdoms, are filled to the brim with power moons that you can collect, and even all have their secret little, tucked away, hidden rooms, I guess, which include different platforming challenges. 3D World is more of your typical Mario adventure, where Mario and the crew go along playing different levels, and while there are a ton more levels, they're not expansive. They're all just go straight one way. There's nothing that's really open world. You can't get lost in these levels. There's always a direction that you should be heading. And with things like a timer and a flagpole, it's clear that that's what the developers were going for. Therefore, it focuses less on exploration and more on platforming. And since you can't really get lost in these levels, it focuses a lot more on bite-sized chunks instead of long extended play sessions, which is what Odyssey clearly favors. Now let's get into the Switch. The Nintendo Switch is obviously a hybrid system, which is meant to be taken on the go. You can be playing a game, take the Switch up into portable mode, and boom, instantly be off on your own, playing the exact same game. And that is what I think 3D World would really shine for. because it's built in short spurts of gameplay sessions rather than elongated gameplay like marathons, it would fit better in the handheld nature. You'd be able to pick it up, play a couple of levels, go back to doing whatever you're supposed to do. And obviously, it was originally a console game on the Wii U, so it would fit with that perfectly. In my opinion, the reason they went with an Odyssey-style game for the Switch's first big Mario game was just to prove to people that, yeah, this is a home console too. Because besides the port of Breath of the Wild, because remember that was originally a Wii U title, Nintendo needed a huge open world game that would kind of show that, hey, this isn't just meant for like short spurts like Super Mario 3D Land or Super Mario 3D World, but this is our brand new console with an expansive kingdom that you can get lost in. That's what Super Mario Odyssey was, but now that that's already out, why not release 3D World? It fits with the Switch's handheld style more because of the quick short gameplay bursts, allowing for shorter sessions, but you can obviously just play for longer to allow longer sessions. Next up, we've got the multiplayer. Super Mario Odyssey's multiplayer was probably my least favorite part about that game. All it was one player could control Mario and the other was basically an assist, and they could just control Cappy, and that was literally it. Controlling Cappy did pretty much nothing, and in fact, I'm honestly better when I'm just playing solo than when I was playing multiplayer, because in solo you can like throw your hat, do all the crazy stuff, but in multiplayer someone else is controlling your hat, so you're just kind of stranded as only Mario. However, in Super Mario 3D World, Mario and the gang go on adventures. You might have realized I said the gang because that means 4 additional characters besides Mario are in this game. You got Mario, but then you've also got Luigi, Peach, Toad, and Rosalina after you unlock her. So yeah, that's 5 characters, and if they were gonna do a deluxe port, I'd suggest adding in Yoshi. I mean, Yoshi wasn't in the game at all, so it would make sense to add him in as a character. With the Switch's handheld nature and the fact that it has individual Joy-Cons that you can hand off to your friends, it clearly favors Super Mario 3D World's playstyle. Odyssey would never work on a single Joy-Con because of the fact that you need 2 sticks, one for camera and one for moving. But 3D World, the camera's always fixed, because it's in this 2.5D setting. So, you could hand off one Joy-Con to a friend, and you would be able to play true 3D multiplayer, because Odyssey doesn't have that, on a single Joy-Con play, so you would always be able to play co-op, because you're always going to have 2 Joy-Cons with you. Bring an extra controller, you can get 3 or 4 players playing Mario on one console. In handheld mode, that would just be hectic and crazy and so much fun. This game is a blast to play multiplayer, and honestly, I really believe that it fits the Switch way better than Odyssey, because it really showcases how you can just take the Joy-Cons off and play with other people. The fact that it actually has true multiplayer in this 3D Mario game, the only 3D Mario to actually include this, and the fact that it also doesn't use true camera controls, like you don't really use the second stick for anything, means that it's literally the perfect game to use single Joy-Con play. And you can just imagine seeing that in those like Switch commercials where there's just maybe some kid playing, like running through a level as Mario. Then maybe his sister comes over and snags the Joy-Con and she's playing as Peach. You can't tell me that that doesn't sound perfect, and with the Nintendo Switch single Joy-Con play, that is definitely a reality. Couple that with the replay value, which I think is definitely going to be more interesting in 3D World, just due to the sheer amount of levels, and you've got a game that I think would fit better on the Switch. Not to mention any possible things they add in as part of a port. Maybe they could add in a new character like Yoshi, or maybe add in Cappy to Mario. The possibilities are really endless, and that's why I would love to see a 3D World port on the Switch, and why I think it's better fitted for the Switch than Mario Odyssey was. Thank you guys for watching, and if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you agree with me, let me know down there too. Let me know I'm not the only one who thinks this. And for those of you who've stuck around this long, thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I haven't been putting out too many videos recently, but I'm really trying to keep up with some other things, and as soon as all that's over, we're back to pretty much daily uploads. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace.